Hey everybody, welcome. It's Friday night with BYOI.
What's up, everybody? How's it going? What's up, everybody? Happy Friday!
Good evening, and good evening. Welcome to Bring Your Own Improv. So glad you guys come out here on this Friday night. Just making sure I wasn't on mute because that would have sucked. All right, cool. Guys, we really want to thank you coming out this evening, having some laughs with us. We're going to have a good time, and I hope you're going to have some good time too. Just a quick reminder for anybody watching out there, if you have this on speaker view, that is probably the best way to see it. So if I'm taking up a majority of your screen right now, you know you have it on the right view. That's going to be the best way to see the show. Otherwise, as people coming in, the screen's going to get smaller and smaller. A couple of things to go through that are important. Obviously, exits. Should you need your exit during the show, it's your home. Look for your exit and make sure you can find a way out. Don't worry about us. We'll be okay in our own homes. Bathroom, if you have one, please go ahead and use it when you need to. We just ask, it's very important. Please do not bring your device with you just in case your camera is on. We prefer you not become the new internet sensation. So thank you very much for that. The chat feature is something that's going to be down in the bottom right. We're going to use that from time to time. So we hope you found that there. Just to see if you found it, go ahead and put where you're from. We've been having people from all over the country see our show, and we're in lowly little Rhode Island. So for us, that's a huge deal. We've actually even had people outside the country come see our show. So please try to use that chat feature right now. Put down where you're from. It's always good for us to know. You can just put the state. You don't even have to write out your exact address. We appreciate that. Cool. I'd like to introduce myself. My name's Daniel. I'm going to be hosting the show this evening, and I've got a fantastic cast for you because I've got Ian.
Please searching for his unmute.
I've got Audrey.
That's me. Hello.
I got Chrissy.
Hello, hello.
I got Mallory.
Everyone.
And I've got Candace.
Hey, happy Friday. Woo!
Woo! And I've got all of you because our show is not complete without first our audience. So I'm going to click over there to the gallery view. Everybody wave and say hi. You may be watching on YouTube right now. And if you're watching on YouTube, you can see some of these people. But there are a lot of people also who don't have their cameras on because of their own personal reasons. That's fine. You can't see them right now. Out on YouTube, we can't see you. But you can help us out by making sure you like and subscribe to what you're watching. Those subscribes help us a lot. And I think you click a notification bell. I'm still working on the concept of YouTube. All right. So our show is also not complete without a very important member of our show this evening, our FAM, our featured audience member. This is someone who we are going to pick out apparently the Butterbeer Cup from Carrie tonight. And she is going to tell us who that is. That person's going to ask, we're going to ask them some questions. And a lot of what we do is going to be based on them tonight. So, Carrie, who is in the Fam Cup?
Fam Cup.
Our fam for tonight is Sherry.
Sherry! All right, Sherry. I'm assuming you are somewhere nearby. Somebody's getting a Sherry for us.
It's
Sherry,
now asked to unmute, so she has to accept it.
Oh, right. New thing
It's
happened.
the new Zoom thing.
A new thing happened with Zoom recently. If we try to unmute you, you have to accept the unmute. Otherwise, it will not unmute you. Sherry, are you there?
Oh, with Craig. Okay, there we go.
There we go.
It's Craig. Sherry.
It's Craig. Yes, I am.
Oh, hi, Sherry. How are you?
Hi, Daniel. I'm fine, thank you. This is fun.
Oh, fantastic. Wonderful. Okay, so Ian and Audrey are going to ask you some questions, and that's going to help us inspire the show. And so, yeah, please enjoy, and I'm passing it off to them.
Okay, so Sherry, I have to do a disclaimer here that Sherry is actually related to me, so a bit of a ringer here, but not a plant. Just just fair warning here. We like to be upfront about those things before we start asking questions. So Sherry, um, uh,
17 hours of labor. Go ahead.
we did not ask about that. So things we probably did not need to know. Where is your ideal trip if you go anywhere in the world, money no object? Where is your ideal spot to get away?
China.
China, okay. And what is it in China that was fascinating or so interesting?
I
Wanna see
loved
there?
it and would love to go back. It's a completely separate culture from anything I'm used to.
That's awesome. I love that. Let me ask you, if you could spend an entire beautiful sunny afternoon doing whatever hobby or activity that you like, what would you spend it doing?
Reading on the beach, watching the waves.
Reading on the beach. Are there any particular books or genres that you prefer to read?
Mystery.
Mystery. Ooh, I think we can work that into the show.
Okay, so here's one I like to use, and we'll give it your choice. You can go sweet or savory. What is your favorite breakfast or your favorite dessert? Your choice.
Hot fudge sundae.
Hot Fudge Sunday. I'm sure that's you're not the only one probably in this grid who has that has that opinion.
That works for both dessert and breakfast, by the way. That's great. All right. Let's see. If you could have any animal as a pet, what would you like to have? Real or imaginary?
Cat.
A cat. That's a solid choice. I respect it.
Okay, so you'd mentioned before that your ideal day might include reading on a beach, but take us through a little bit more of what that ideal day might look like, starting in the morning and ending in the evening.
Going in when there's very few people there and the waves are very quiet. And I set out a blanket and I open my book. I have some water. And as the waves get a little stronger and people start arriving, I watch some of the surfers, put down the book a little bit, maybe have a short nap, but continue to watch the waves for the whole afternoon. Drink my water, read my book, and watch the waves. It doesn't get better than that.
And who are some of the people who might be around there with you?
Surfers, people walking their dogs, families, 6 feet apart.
Who would be that person who would be there in the middle of your dream day just really annoying you because that person's always there and you have to deal with them and you're just thinking, why is that person here in the middle of my dream day?
That would be Craig.
Thanks a lot. Yeah.
Right under the bus. I love it. Wow, surfers, dogs, and family. Speaking of surfers, if you could have any career on this planet or any other in any timeline or in the future, what kind of career would you like to have?
I'd like to be a judge.
A judge. That's great. You can judge us all you want, by the way. We won't be mad.
Been doing it for weeks, so no change there. All right. What is one of the best presents that you've received? Something you really liked, very memorable present.
Okay, thanks.
Oh my. Present. Well, this is going to take a bit. My son and his wife gave us a fabulous blanket covered with photographs of my grandson's bar mitzvah. Have fun with that one. That was probably the best presents ever.
All right, we'll take it.
Awesome.
Anything else, Audrey? Are we ready to go?
I I feel like I've got a lot of good stuff here.
All right, we'll take it. And as you know from having watched, we're going to use these answers to inspire us throughout the show, and you'll get to see all of this woven in various ways. And back to you, Daniel.
All right. Thank you very much, Sherry. I really appreciate that. Please enjoy. Little did you know that actually we already knew what a day in your life was going to be like, even before you were drawn from the cup or even put your name in the cup, because we are really psychic as a group. So we knew that a day on the beach was pretty much what was going to happen. But little did you know that a mystery was going to unfold on that beach. Apparently, since Ian knows you, I'm just going to stick it to Ian, and Ian gets to play you. So I guess that's the turnaround on the whole thing, to see how well does your son know you. And so obviously here on this beach, you're sitting, you're relaxing. And not only that, but you have a concierge that comes up with your favorite drink, a glass of water. Let's see how that starts your day.
So peaceful here on this beach, so quiet.
We'll make the concierge Audrey because no one's picked.
Hello. Is there anything that I can get for you? Perhaps a surfer's delight? It's my favorite.
Well, we know surfers love water, so if the surfer's delight is just water, that's exactly what I would like.
Yes, it's water with a bit of salt. Surfers love salt water.
Well, I'm certainly game to give it a try.
Excellent. Here it is, fresh from the ocean.
Salty, like people tell me I am sometimes.
Ha 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 ha. I hope it's okay if I laugh at that, miss.
Of course, of course. Well,
now, the concierge had actually walked away, but then you heard screams and somebody said, "Oh my God, the concierge has been stolen. She's been kidnapped." So nobody else is around to give you that salt water. So you decide that you need to interrogate. And the first thing you go up to is that sneaky family that's walking by. And that family is made up of Chrissy and Mallory.
What a lovely day to walk on the beach.
It's such a lovely day. I'm so glad we're able to come out to the beach.
I'm glad you're enjoying the beach, so am I. I wonder, have you seen somebody dressed in the hotel livery?
Why, no, we've only seen the waves and some dogs.
And some surfers, but we haven't seen anybody in hotel clothes.
Are you sure? Are you sure?
Certainly.
Yes.
Sure.
Well, perhaps you can help me find her.
We could do that. We don't have much on our plates right now.
Yeah, that could be arranged. Aside from hotel clothes, do you know what they look like?
She looks like a typical hotel employee, very tan. And the surfers can't help me much because they're out on the waves, so I'm drafting you.
My thought is maybe she fell in a hole dug by some rambunctious children.
So at that point, Sherry, you decide to go looking around for holes in the middle of the beach because you got to be careful, because if the concierge is in the hole, the waves might come in, because as the water comes in, it gets more frothy. It might go down into the hole. And then you see someone you are always truly suspicious of. It's your husband, Craig. And Craig is obviously sneaking his way around the beach in a very unfortunate way. And we're going to find out, did Craig do this? And if he did, why did he do it? Candace, let's see what your Craig is like.
Craig!
Oh, hello. I didn't see you there. How's your day going?
Well, I was reading quietly, but the concierge disappeared while you were off on your walk.
Oh, that is an unfortunate coinkydink. I didn't have anything to do with it, though, for sure. In real life, or even fake life.
nothing to do. Don't know, no idea.
You said you'd be on a cigar break, but I don't see a cigar.
Oh, you're good. All right, let me tell you. I'll tell you the truth. I wanted to be the one to give you your water. You never ask me for salted water anymore. You always ask the person in the hotel livery. I like to wear hotel livery too.
And you would look good in it, honey. You really would.
And scene. So hopefully, Sherry, we have given you a new realization of what your life is like. We'll go over here to the gallery view. Sherry, just give a thumbs up if that pretty much was your life on a beach. All right, Craig, I can see you now doing that. Fantastic. Guys, thank you so much for coming out. We really appreciate it. Our shows are actually for free. So all families can enjoy this, but from time to time, it would be really cool if anybody is able to make a donation. The way you do that simply is through the links behind me. Before I do that, I just want to state, and I actually think it was this Sherry, made a very generous donation. So we really appreciate how much you're supporting the arts all the way from California. You're helping all these artists out in this great time of need for everyone and keeping us able to do what we're doing. So Sherry, thank you so much for that generous donation. We also want to thank Andrew and Carrie Ann who dropped in donations for this show. So thank you guys very much as well. We really appreciate all these people who are able to support the arts. And if you're not somebody who can make a donation, you can always just tell people about the show. Get out there, post it, let everybody know. If you're having a good time, get other people to come enjoy it too in a nice safe space where everybody can laugh and stay safe and enjoy themselves. If you are somebody who is able to make a donation, you can do this here. We have our Venmo account right there, or a PayPal account there, or you can go to our website, just click on the donate button at a later time. So without further ado, I'd like to move into the next game. We saw that Craig could be a monster when he's trying to really take care of his wife. Little did we know we had another monster here, a two-headed monster. And that two-headed monster this evening is going to be played by Ian and someone else. For right now, Ian and Audrey are going to mock being the monster. If the monster was going to speak, the monster is only allowed to speak one word at a time. So if the monster was going to say, hello, how are you? The monster would have to speak like this if Ian started.
Hello.
How
Are
you?
So you can see that the monster completes his own sentence by moving through one word at a time. Audrey, however, will be the regular person in the scene, and she can say anything she wants. So she continues it. So as the monster speaks, we'll see what the sentence is controlled because these two people are going to have to think with one brain. So it's our first game where we get to give an audience member volunteer, and this is the way you do it. Down in the chat feature, you say, pick me, or I want to be the monster, or raise my hand, whatever one works for you, and that will allow us to make you part of the monster and part of the game. You can play safely from home. It's a nice, safe environment. Is there anybody out there that'd like to volunteer? Check in that chat feature now. Going once, going twice, not seeing anybody jump up right in that thing. I'm going to say, Chrissy, you're going to go ahead and do this one with Ian. You cool with that?
I'm good to go.
All right. So the two of you need to get started. We covered a lot of stuff on that board, but you know what? I did not learn enough about naps. So actually, Audrey and the monster work at a pillow making factory, making pillows. They're on the assembly line. Let's see what their day is like.
I'm gonna need 20 more orders of feathers stat. You got that?
absolutely
I
can
do
that,
now.
boss.
All right. That's great to hear because you know what? These pillows have been back ordered since 1984.
That's
Whoa.
that's
A
long
long
back.
order.
Are
There
any
more?
orders?
Yeah, orders keep flooding in every day. I've been saying for 30 years we should probably shut them down, but it's so good for business. And besides, in the contract, it says may take 40 years for your pillow to arrive. So I'm not worried about it.
Contracts,
Are
the
best
thing
you
can
do
as
a
business.
Yeah, thank you for your moral support. That's why I keep you around at the pillow factory. But there is another problem besides the feathers. It's
What?
all
Is
the
problem.
the problem is that there aren't enough birds on the planet Earth to supply all those feathers.
well
What
are
the
alternative?
options?
I personally was thinking that we could go down to the shore and collect seaweed and maybe stuff the pillowcases with that instead.
Seaweed.
Smells.
You are an intelligent coworker, I see. Maybe instead, clouds? Can we collect clouds?
That's
Not
feasible.
You're right again. You got the brain, I got the brawn. That's why we're so good at working together. I'm out of options. There's not enough others.
Perhaps
cats
would
work.
If
They
were
hypoallergenic.
Oh, okay. So I just fed my cat some Benadryl. So I'm gonna actually just shove him inside of a pillowcase right now and see if it's comfortable. All right. Ooh. All right. Do you wanna test this one out?
I'll
Try.
feels
Squishy.
All right, and scene. At that point, we decided that cats, hypoallergenic cats that have been fed Benadryl, are best to make pillows with. We know we've reached the pinnacle of what that pillow company's lawsuit was all about. All right, well, putting cats in pillowcases or pillows in general was not the only crime that happened tonight. No. There's been another crime, and that particular crime has been committed by Mallory.
I was framed.
Yes. And so Mallory's going to have to figure out what this crime is. So Mallory, though, doesn't really know what it is. The reason she doesn't know is because she's going to leave to the green room right now. We'll say bye, Mallory. Looks like she's headed out right now. She gone? She's frozen. That usually tells us she's gone. All right, so she's gone. So, folks, you're going to help us out because you're going to come up with what the crime was, where it happened, and who is the accomplice. And you're going to do this one thing at a time by putting things in the chat. So the first thing I need is something that has never in history been a crime. Okay, so something that no matter what, no one has ever been arrested for it. Go ahead and put that down in the chat feature, and that's going to tell us, what kind of crimes we might possibly have. Oh, yes, Erica, I agree with you completely. Eating the last slice of pie is very, very rude. Erica, what is your favorite kind of pie? Erica's going to put kind of favorite kind of pie is. In the meantime, so it's an apple pie. Thank you, Erica. Now, this happens somewhere that is not a place you normally can get your hands on an apple pie. So anyone out there have a place, like a famous location that you might take photos of? So you wouldn't take photos of the entire country of Italy. You might take photos of just the Leaning Tower of Pisa. So what is a specific place that you might take a photo of? So yes, if there's medium, what kind of it? Niagara Falls, Sean. Yes, of course. This happened at Niagara Falls because that's where you steal apple pie. But of course, this happened with someone famous. Someone famous we never realized was very famous. It was a cartoon character before the year 2000. A cartoon character before the year 2000. Does anybody have a cartoon character? Just because we like to mess with Chrissy. Chilly Willy. Chrissy, do you know who Chilly Willy is?
No.
I think, is Chili Willy the guy that makes the ices? Somebody.
No, he's the penguin. He was the penguin, the cartoon penguin with a
Oh,
scarf
the
and hat.
cartoon penguin. Okay, all right. So, Chrissy, maybe some of our team will help you out, but we're gonna go with Chili Willy because it was the first one went up there because we want Linda to get hers in. So, do you think you can handle Chili Willy? We told you it's a penguin. I believe you have a
Okay.
scarf on and a little hat. Yes. All right.
As long as Mallory's younger than me, so we're gonna have some fun with this.
All right. Hey, we can't make it all easy. So, Chrissy, what was the crime?
Eating the last slice of apple pie.
Absolutely, that's terrible. Where did it happen?
It happened in Niagara Falls.
Oh my goodness! And who was the accomplice?
Some random penguin from the 80s named Chili Willy.
All right, fantastic. I don't even know if it was the 80s. Well,
Way before that. Way before.
Way before that. Fantastic. All right, so audience, you're going to help us out now. And the way you're going to help us out is because you're going to support Mallory and help her out. What's going to happen is Mallory's going to have to start guessing. Carrie's going to go get Mallory now. Mallory's going to have to start, guessing her way through. If Mallory's getting close, we want you to give a thumbs up. Now, you can either give a big thumbs up like this in the screen. So let's see some of you guys do this, right? Or if you know that there's a reaction button, you can hit the reaction button down below that gives you a thumbs up. And then when she gets it, you can go ahead and clap, or you can go ahead and hit the clap reaction down there. The reason we're doing it this way is because those who are on YouTube cannot see your reaction button. So we've learned thumbs up means she's getting close. Clapping means she gets it. And that way everybody at home can see that happen as well. So going back in there, Mallory, have you entered this interrogation room yet?
Yeah, what do you want?
What do I want? I want you to confess to a crime. So we're putting our heaviest detective on her, but I forgot the whole point of BYOI. We need one other person who can help be a detective with you. I thought I had all my bases covered. Does anybody out there want to be a detective and know these clues? I'll give it once. I'll give it twice.
I see Sean's raising his hand.
Sean is raising his hand. Sean, somebody get Sean.
So Sean, it's going to ask you for permission, or it's going to ask you to unmute yourself once we find you.
I think we got him.
I'm in.
We
So-
got him.
Sean, you there?
Yes, I am.
All right, fantastic. Mallory, these two are going to interrogate you. Let's see what happens.
Well, look here. Look
I don't know
at
how you
this.
could do something like that.
Man, she doesn't even look that hungry.
Not at all.
No.
Hungry? What are you talking about? I had my breakfast this morning.
Oh, yeah. You had your breakfast, my breakfast,
My
Sean's
dessert.
breakfast.
Oh, I was gonna say dessert. Sorry.
Oh, it's okay, detective. Yeah, you're right.
There.
Right. I think, yeah, a little sweet something for this savory criminal over here.
Sweet things. Like candy from a baby. Sweet things.
Not at all.
No,
It's a bit more crusty than that.
that's right.
Frosty.
The crustier, the better.
Crusty. Mmm.
Now
Cookies. They can be crusty and
You're-
crunchy.
I think this one's trying to play innocent, detective.
I think so. Maybe she didn't find the inner feeling, that you have.
That's right. I know. You think you would learn to share. You would be nice, but no. You're just selfish.
You mean shellfish?
No. No, I don't.
I know you don't.
Now tell me, did you pick this stuff yourself? Or you just buy it at the store?
It grows in the gardens, so it's pretty easy to maintain.
The gardens, maybe a little higher than a garden, I think.
Higher than a garden. Like the roof, like a greenhouse kind of thing. Yeah.
More natural than that, I think.
Yeah, well, they are in my tree house, so
Maybe like the Garden of Eden.
Like an apple a day, keeping the doctor away kind of thing.
Well, I guess you're going to be keeping the doctor away a lot with how much you had to eat.
Stealing apples. It's a tough job, but somebody's got to do it.
But you didn't
stealing them, eating them all. Gotta keep myself healthy.
Well, I don't know how healthy it is when you got them so crusty, you know?
Well, I mean, my teeth might not like all the caramel, but it's so good on a nice, crisp apple.
Hang on, I think I've lost my other detective. Detective,
Technical
are you
issues.
still?
I'm having technical issues.
Oh, he's back. He left the room for a second, but then he came back. Detective, you have any comments about this?
I was looking for the circumference of a circle. I had a hard time, and then I came back.
That's right. Big circle over here, a big crusty circle.
But I definitely like the fruit you were eating too.
Yeah, well, fruits are great, but sometimes when you have those like apple flavored lollipops, those are also really good. If you dip them in like lemonade.
Or put them in an oven, you know, like a totally different thing than a lollipop.
Like sugar, like melted sugar, just that like straight melted sugar that you break off, like rock candy. Yeah, no, I get it. Yeah, no.
No, what time is it? Oh, it's 3:14. I mean, you've been here for a while. 3:14. 3.14 in some places.
Apple pie. It's delicious. So crispy. I love apple pie. I will steal it and eat everybody's pie.
That's right. That's right. I know you're such a greedy girl. Oh my goodness. Now, detective, we had to cross some borders to get here, right? Didn't we?
I mean, I think you can see it from both sides. It depends on which way you are.
That's right. That's right. You know, just listening.
Excuse me, I keep on falling out of connection. My connection just keeps on falling. I don't know what's going on.
Well, maybe you should missed your connection a little bit, you know? Just go up and down or something.
Like a mountain.
You're getting closer.
Climb up the mountain, climb down the mountain. You can go up the wall, over the wall, down the wall.
With water. You're looking for the water.
Up and down. Maybe you can go down in a barrel.
That'd be fun.
Well, Canada is pretty nice, and I do love Niagara Falls. Really wish I could go there.
Oh, so you're saying you haven't been there, even though we think you have.
Oh, you know.
And
I didn't know your buddy could go up that far north. I thought they were from the south.
Yeah, well, he's not like the rest of them.
Yeah, just waddled his way up to Canada.
It's a little bit chilly up there, don't you think?
Well, I mean, if it's like my penguin buddies, then yeah, it's not that cool. They can get used to that climate. Maybe like a puffin. They've got some buddies too. They like to
go all willy-nilly here. Definitely not willy-nilly.
No, it's like that first thing you said, but like a specific name that somebody born after the 1980s might not know.
Well, I am born in 1999, so I might be doomed on this one. But I have watched a lot of really weird musicals. Would this happen to be my good buddy, Chilly Willy?
What?
Holy music of Batman saved my life!
Well, criminal or not, you've just blown my mind over here.
I'm trying to figure this all out right now.
I'm in shock, detective. I'm in shock.
How could you?
Scene. So please tell us the musical that got you to Chilly Willy.
Okay, it is a musical. It's free on YouTube. You guys can watch it after our 7 to 9 o'clock shows. It's from a group called Team Star Kid. It's called Holy Musical Batman. And it is a parody of Batman. So if you enjoy Batman and DC superheroes in general, it's beautiful. But Chilly Willy is in there for like 10 seconds.
There you go. We found somebody pre-1929 that knows a character pre-1980. There you go. We thought you were never going to get there. So that's fantastic. And apparently we plugged somebody else's YouTube. Maybe hopefully they'll plug us one day. Speaking of you guys out on YouTube, thank you so much for being out there. Please go ahead and like and subscribe. That really helps us out. We want to stack up those subscribing. Apparently you've hit 1,000. That's an important thing. So hopefully we'll get there. All right. Moving right along. Little did you know that although Mallory is from 1999 and she's not very old, actually everyone in this cast is quite a bit old because they're going to play a game called Back in My Day. Back in my day is one of those things that, you know, parents say to their kids, back in my day, we walked uphill both ways and we didn't have legs. We walked on our knees, you know, and that was the way it was. Well, this game is very similar than that. We're going to get a bunch of suggestions from you of different things that happened back in your day, or items from your day, whatever. And these guys will start a joke that says, back in my day, we didn't have whatever that thing was, and then explain how the rest of that works. So it's kind of like a punchline game. This is a good game if you want to play and say, well, I'm not sure if I had anything, because you only have to step forward. You only have to call yourself out if you actually have a joke. If you don't, you can kind of sit there and laugh until you got something. So the first thing we need is we have 3 people who might be good at delivering punchlines or just want to say they played. Looks like one of our regulars, Corey, wants to play. All right, so somebody will grab Corey. Anyone else? All right.
Hey, Daniel.
Hi, Corey. How are you? All right.
Good,
the only one I
thank
see,
you.
Corey, so you're going to be playing this. Now, the way this works, in order to be able to get called for the joke, you just got to say here first, I'll call on you, and then you deliver the joke back in my day. Now, audience, this is where you help me out. Quick, look around you, find one item that is near you, and go ahead and write that item into the chat. So, or if you're like, I can't figure out the chat, do me a favor and hold it up to the camera right now so we can see it. If you're like, I don't have that. Oh, I see a fork in there. I see what in goodness. Oh, earphones. All right. All right. So, and can I have technology you never thought you'd be able to live without, or anything in your life that you never thought you'd be able to live without, and you've now realized, my goodness, I need that thing. The tissue box, pillows. Oh my goodness. Oh, this should be good. All right. I feel like this is a good way to start. So I'm going to start right away with one of Dylan's. Back in my day, we didn't have mirrors.
Me.
Ian.
Back in my day, we didn't have mirrors. We just looked in the water and talked to ourselves when we wanted advice.
Me.
Corey.
Back in my day, we didn't have mirrors because nobody could see the reflection out of the ocean, out of the sea.
Oh, yes. Chrissy.
Me. Back in my day, we didn't have mirrors. And if you wanted 7 years of bad luck, you just had to go find a black cat and walk by it.
Me.
Audrey.
Back in my day, we didn't have mirrors. The only kind of reflection we had was self-reflection.
Candace.
Back in my day, we didn't have mirrors. When we saw a reflection in the window, we thought it was a ghost.
Me.
Ian.
Back in my day, we didn't have mirrors. We had to settle for looking crass.
Back in my day, we didn't have air fryers.
Me.
Ian.
Back in my day, we didn't have air fryers. We used good old oil until everything burned.
That is accurate. Audrey.
Back in my day, we didn't have air fryers. Our fryers came from the monastery.
All right. right. Move on from there. Valerie gave us forks. Back in my day, we didn't have forks.
Me.
Corey.
Back in my day, we didn't have forks. The prongs weren't even on right.
Me.
Ian.
Back in my day, we didn't have forks. We'd only just begun to build roads. They all went one way, every way.
Me.
Chrissy.
Back in my day, we didn't have forks. We only had thingamabobs, and we had them aplenty.
Thank you, Ariel. Back in my day, we didn't have 8-track tapes.
Me.
Ian.
Back in my day, we didn't have 8-track tapes. We only had 1-track minds, so that would have been way too many.
Me.
Corey.
Back in my day, we didn't have 8-track tapes because the radio only played 7-track tapes instead.
Chrissy, you don't have one for 8-track tapes? It's not something you are readily available to?
Back in my day, we didn't have 8-track tapes, but we had a penguin named Chili Willy.
All right. Back in my day, we didn't have Animal Crossing.
Me.
Audrey.
Back in my day, we didn't have Animal Crossing. If we wanted to befriend an animal, we'd just have to dangle a carrot on a stick.
Me.
Ian.
Back in my day, we didn't have Animal Crossing. We had Frogger, and that was excitement aplenty.
Me.
Chrissy.
Back in my day, we didn't have Animal Crossing. We had this awesome Facebook game called Farmville.
Nostalgia. And clearly between Linda and Dylan, give me this one, which is back in my day, we didn't have cat pillows.
Me.
Candace.
Back in my day, we didn't have cat pillows. If you tried to sleep on the cat, you would lose an eye.
Me.
Scene. Always good. Thank you very much, Corey, for playing. You have a good time there. All right, cool. So if you are enjoying what we're doing right now, please remember, we hope you're having a good time, definitely and indeed. But if you are able to make a donation, as some people gracefully have, we greatly appreciate it. You're able to do it in 2 ways. Again, our Venmo page, Venmo account, or our PayPal. Either one of those work great. Thank you very, very much again for those people who've donated. I am humbled by your generosity. Thank you so much. Cool. I seem to keep repeating myself with that. Why? Because I want to play a game called Say It Again. The way this game works is that we are going to play a scene out, and at some point during the scene, I'm going to yell out, "Say it again." Whoever the last person that spoke, they have to then say something completely different. I don't mean minorly different. It's not like, I'm going to open that door, say it again. I'm going to open that can, say it again. I'm going to open that window. I'll keep saying say it again until they do something really different. It's more like, I'm going to open that door, say it again. Oh, look, a dinosaur, say it again. I have our child, and there you go. So obviously, we're going to get a couple people to play this. We've got playing tonight. It is Mallory and Candace, and we can take one of you who might want to play. Again, go ahead and put your name down in the chat feature. We'll give you just a second for that. We are noticing a slight delay on the chat. And YouTube.
Andrew.
Andrew.
Yay.
Okay, so let's go ahead and get Andrew in there. Andrew.
Yes.
All right, fantastic. I got to turn it back to speakers view so the people in the audience can see you. All right, Andrew, so you're going to play this scene with everybody, and we should get this started. Chrissy, is there anything on the board we have not touched yet?
Let's see. Hot fudge sundae.
We have not touched Hot Fudge Sundae. So clearly, these are 3 people working in an ice cream parlor together, cleaning up after a very hot and sunny day. The customers are gone. What's this cleanup going to be like?
Oh my God. You would think that they would get an AC for this place. I mean, it's called ice cream, not like people melting into the pot cream.
Well, it is pretty hot. Maybe we should just eat some of the ice cream right now because it looks pretty yummy and there's a little bit left.
Oh, you are brilliant.
Say
I
it
am so, you are mysterious. So mysterious. I don't know how we found you, like, just on the side of the street. You have some really innovative ideas.
It's all the time I studied off in far off lands using my in magic school and under cloaks and things like that.
Say it again.
It's all that time I spent off studying animals in Africa.
Say it again.
It's all that time I spent studying on the space station to really perfect making things really cold out in space.
So this is like that astronaut ice cream that they sell, the stuff that's like rock solid. So you must be like an expert on that.
It is really good. It's a little powdery at times, but you have to get used to the flavor inside. I find if you add some liquid like you know, a little milk to it or some hot fudge or put some gummy bears on it, it makes it perfect.
You know, we have a couple of those in the back.
Say it again.
Well, I think the kids took the last of them, so.
Say it again.
If only we had the right components to make it.
Say it again.
Well, adding milk, wouldn't that defeat the whole purpose of selling it in a package?
No, I mean, if you have to broaden your definition of package. I mean, isn't a bucket a kind of package, right? I think you've got something good going on here. I think if we just, all we have to do is take this hot ice cream shop right now. I'm melting right now. If we take this and we move it to space, I think we'll be fine.
Hard to do the spacesuits because it's hard to get the ice cream into those helmets. So I'm not sure. We may have to move it somewhere else. Maybe the Caribbean?
Yes, Caribbean. The Caribbean. I think we should go, I don't know, Munchkin Land. How about that?
That's a good idea. You know, they got the Lollipop Guild, they got the other group. We could be the space ice cream team.
Say it again.
Well, you know, they got the guys and the girls, and we could be the cool people.
Say it again.
You know, they got the other guys, and they got that dude over there. He's pretty cool. So we could just like kind of repaint the yellow brick road with ice cream.
And scene. Thank you very much, Andrew. Really appreciate that. Oh, so we now know that the yellow brick road is going to be just a little bit messy. Let's move on to the second to last game here. Is a game we like to call Revolver. The way this game works here on the internet, slightly different than works on our stage, is that we're going to have 4 groups of 2. And as we go through, I'm going to be calling out different numbers, and those people are going to have to keep changing to the scene that involved that number. So I've got Ian, Audrey, and Chrissy playing this. I need one person who would like to play in a couple of scenes and kind of keep track of what scene they're in and what's going on in that scene. So go ahead, chat, or if somebody wants to go ahead and raise their hand, and Carrie can tell us that they're raising their hand as we work through this new unmuting feature. And not seeing anyone right away, not being told anyone's there, we'll just obviously go with Candace. So Candace, you're going to be in this group. So let's go through what those groups are, and then we will assign them appropriately. Folks, while you are there, is there anything that is dark in color near you? Go ahead and write that into the chat. Anything that you're like, wow, that's not as bright as it should be, go ahead and write that into the chat, and we'll go ahead. So the groups are, group number 1 is going to be Ian and Audrey. Group number 2 is going to be Audrey and Chrissy. Group number 3 is going to be Chrissy and Candace. Group number 4 is going to be Candace and Ian. So to get those people started, I'm going to give her.
I got some things from the board too.
Okay. What do you got on the board? He's not seeing much in there.
I've got Judge.
Judge. Okay. So, Ian and Audrey, you're going to take Judge. I was quickly reading my comment, just letting people know, make sure that you're not chatting too privately to one person. You don't need to make sure you're chatting to everyone. I think we're seeing what some of the issues might be. People are talking to each other in there, forgot to go back to everyone. There we go. So, second group, I'm going to take what Corey's got in there. So, cases, whatever cases means to you, group 2 of Audrey and Chrissy. Group 3, I never got to use headphones. So, group number 3, that's headphones. I think those were Sean's headphones. And I see, I'm looking at, let's see, I'll look at the groups and I'll find something in somebody's photos. Oh, Sherry, what is that thing off to your right, right behind your head? Yeah, your head's in front of it right now. It looks like shark's teeth, I guess. So I'm going to just say shark's teeth. I'm not quite sure what that is. So we're going to give that last group, Candace and Ian, shark teeth. I have no idea if that's what it was. All right, so group number 1, what's your subject?
Judge.
Group number 2.
Cases.
Group number 3.
Headphones.
And group number 4.
Shark teeth.
All right, let's take it away.
Group number 1.
Oh, yeah, sorry, group number 1. I forget I am important.
Those robes are particularly fashionable, Your Honor.
Why, thank you very much, defending attorney. I find them very slimming.
And they match the shade of your gavel perfectly.
Yes, thank you. This is actually mahogany one that I just got. It's from the Judge Weekly catalog.
I believe that if Vanity Judge comes calling, we'll have you ready for the spread.
Group 2.
Yo, listen. I got a briefcase that's full of Pez dispensers that needs to be moved tonight. Do you think you can do something about that?
Oh, I don't know, boss. Tonight, that's pretty quick.
Yeah, it is coming up pretty fast, especially because it's daylight savings time, so it's an hour ahead. So, I think that we can hop the train.
Yeah, I think we can do it together. Is this for that big Willie guy?
Yeah.
All right, so we need to try something a little different. All right, trying to use phones with our feet is not working, okay? I think we just need to innovate. We need to change. The whole feet phone thing ain't working.
Oh, I know. I mean, especially because a lot of times feet smell really bad.
I know. And then if you're calling someone with your foot, and they can smell it on the other line. It's so bad.
We got to go back to the drawing board. I mean, we are never going to win the science competition with this idea.
I agree. I don't know.
So the strangest thing happened I noticed in the shower. My hair was falling out, but then it kept growing back in after it fell out.
Oh, what? Are you an alien?
I don't think so. I mean, there is some shark in my distant family, but not aliens.
Wow, that is so fascinating. Sharks?
I didn't hear that, boss. Was that call for us?
Oh yeah, I think it was. I think this is our last call.
Oh, good. Well, good thing we're on the train already, because I know that penguin's going to be real mad if we don't get him those dispensers.
George, I got to tell you something. George,
Yeah.
I've been eating the Pez from the Pez dispensers. I've been sampling our own product.
You've been.
Three.
This was an even worse idea. I mean, like a foot face mask. Like, who wants a foot in their face? That's even worse.
Group 1.
Well, I wouldn't have thought that that bench up there would be sufficiently long for you to do that catwalk strut, but you're certainly pulling it off, Your Honor.
Thank you. I was wondering, do you think it looks better when I'm saying innocent or when I'm saying guilty?
Oh, I think guilty has much more smolder, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you.
4.
All right, so let me get this straight. Your great-great-great-grandfather twice removed on your mother's side, but also your cousin 5 times removed on your father's side.
Group
They
2.
were both sharks.
I'm so sorry, Mr. Penguin. It was him. He was eating it all. He ate it all. I'm sorry.
Group 1.
Well, Your Honor, you must be so pleased to be the first judge in the Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue.
Group 2.
I'm sorry. It's just that the strawberry ones are so delicious. You know I can't resist Chili Willy.
Group 1.
This is really a first for America and for myself.
Group 2.
This isn't good. This isn't looking good. This isn't looking good. What
No,
am I?
no, he just went in the back to get more penguins. Like, oh, we're in so much trouble.
Group 3.
Oh, okay. So I have to admit that trying to hold a phone in your hand isn't the most innovative idea, okay? I get it.
I mean,
But what if we did it in a barrette?
a barrette? I think that's innovative and fashionable.
Group 2.
The penguins are coming back. I can't go to jail again, George.
No,
George.
Well, I must say, you've gone places that no judge has ever gone. You're an inspiration to us all, Your Honor.
Group 2.
Just run even faster. Just go. They got little legs.
George, I can't leave you. George, we're in this together, remember?
We gotta run together.
So we got to see that the court system is truly not working and the criminals are on the run. Thank you very much for all that. All right, folks, we've come to the last game of the 7 o'clock show. Oh, but it's okay because I get to play a small child. And like every small child in the world, they ask this wonderful question called why? Why do they ask it? Because they don't know as much as they should, and they're very inquisitive. The way this game works is I'll have 2 parents, and as they're talking back and forth, I will look at each one and say why, and they'll have to answer the question, which is. So if one was like, why is the sky blue? And they might answer because of the ocean, and I'll turn to the other one and say why, and they'll say light rays, and I'll go back and I say why, and we like the sun, and they go back and forth until either they can't come up with an answer, or they say something a 3-year-old really can't comprehend, or I just decide, you know what, you're done. You won too many rounds. So is there anyone here that maybe has had kids in their life that feel that they know how to answer questions that a kid might ask? And you don't even have to have your video on. You can use audio too. I can see there's a lot of people out there without video on right now. So go ahead and put in the chat feature that you'd like to play, and you can go ahead and play this game of Because I Said So. Checking once, checking twice. All right, we're going to go with just us. Okay.
We got Corey.
Oh, Corey's going to play. Hey, Corey.
I'm not married, Daniel. Don't you worry.
Cool. All right, so moving right along from that, the order is going to go Ian, Audrey, Corey, Chrissy, Mallory, Mallory and Candace. I forgot John is having internet problems. So Ian and Audrey, you guys are going to go ahead and start this off. What is a question that your child maybe asked you at some point? Go ahead and put that in the chat feature, something to get me started. Remember, it's a family-friendly show. Nobody has any question their child has ever asked. Oh, I can see Andrew is writing something. Will his be the one that we take? I mean, the only one there. All right, well, I'm going to start with the easy one right away, and then I'll break. Oh, here we go. Oh, okay. So, Ian, why do we take photographs?
Because we want to have our memories visible to us.
Why?
Because memories can only be preserved with neurons.
Why?
Because neurons are the cameras of the brain.
Why?
Because Nikon installed them there.
Ooh, what's a neuron?
It's a neurotic Nikon. See, they named it after themselves.
Yeah, no, too much alliteration for me. Bye. Okay, Corey, you're in here with Audrey. I guess Andrews didn't go through. So we'll just go with Corey, why do we ask questions?
Because people want to know the answer to a question.
Why?
Because answers make people feel superior to other people.
Why?
Because people need to know the information when they go to school.
Why?
Because school is where you make your friends.
Why?
So you can make really, really, really good friends with them.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Friends. Okay, bye, Corey. Audrey and Chrissy. Why don't I have so many friends, Audrey?
Because you have not eaten your vegetables today.
Why?
Because you told us that you didn't like vegetables.
Why did I tell you I didn't like vegetables?
Because they taste bad to your tummy.
Why do vegetables have so many syllables?
Because the bigger the word, the yuckier the taste.
Why?
Because it's a direct ratio between yuckiness factor and letters.
Okay, I'm not ready for the SATs and dealing with ratios. Bye. Chrissy and Mallory, why is math important?
Because go ahead, Mallory.
Because math is the foundation for everything else you learn.
That's way too intimidating. Bye.
Bye.
So Candace and Chrissy, why do we get wisdom teeth, Chrissy?
Because they make our brains even smarter when they grow in.
Why?
Because that is why they're called wisdom teeth. You get wisdom with the teeth.
Yeah, no, that's just redundant logic. That's like saying because no, bye-bye.
Wow.
I want to stay on the actually, oh, here we go. Chrissy, why do we have nose hair?
Because it helps your nose to breathe even better.
Why, Ian, why do you have so much nose hair?
Son, that's a pretty personal question, don't you think?
I guess we should ask Sherry. And scene. Guys, thank you so much. We had a good time. Hopefully you did too. Thank you for all those applause out there. So we're going to be here every single Friday for a very long time, at least the summer, and we'll see how much longer after that. So please come out and join us for nice, safe entertainment at home with your family. And hopefully it all makes you laugh like we were able to tonight. A couple of quick announcements. There is, I think this is the last week coming up to vote for Best of Rhode Island. Even if you're not from Rhode Island, you can vote for us. If you go to our website, it says, please vote for us. Click on that link. It's going to send you to the West Bay section. We want to go for best local event in West Bay. Go ahead and bring your own improv. I think you can vote multiple times per day, like once per day or something. I don't know, sure. But also put in there for best art gallery, the Warwick Center for the Arts, because that's our home and we miss it dearly and we want it to win too. So when we come back, we get to say, hey, we're both the best. So we would totally appreciate if you could do that for us. If you know anybody who's having a birthday coming up or needs some kind of event for it or summer camp, we are for hire. So please go ahead and spread the word. Really, that's the best way to get more people in here and seeing more people to see the show. And we would greatly appreciate it is tell everybody you know, be like, check this thing out on Friday night. It's a lot of fun. We had a good time. You'll probably too. And tonight we did have a good time because we had some fantastic volunteers. We had a fantastic fam, Sherry. Sherry did this. Let's find Sherry. Sherry. I lost Sherry. Oh, she's under Craig. That's why I can't find her. Sherry. Almost. Oh, this takes so much longer now.
I'm trying to unmute her.
Oh, she has to approve it. Technology. All right. Well, Sherry has not approved our unmuting. Oh, wait, Sherry.
Unmuted.
Absolutely. Absolutely wonderful. We are enjoying this so much. And you are all so talented. It's wonderful.
Thank you so much. And you're even getting to watch it 3 hours earlier than everyone else. You're a time traveler. Fantastic. So we want to thank all those volunteers. We want to thank that audience. We want to thank Sherry. We want to thank this cast. And of course, I've got Ian.
Thank you very much.
I've got Chrissy.
Yes, thank you, everybody.
I've got Audrey.
Yeah, thanks for coming.
I got Mallory.
Somebody was.
I got Candace.
You get wisdom from wisdom teeth.
And I've got all you. Thank you very much. And wave everybody. Bye. Bye.